I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Tim. And Frank, do we have someone from the faith community?
We do. He's getting up to the microphone right now. We have the Reverend Dr. Sean Murray, the effervescent Reverend Doctor from the First Congregational Church of Riverhead. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation, and thank you for your service. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Reverend.
Let us pray. Good and gracious God, God of our hearts, God of our Riverhead, we give you thanks for the blessing of this time together, for new faces, new appointments, for the prospect of new ideas and of freshness for our community. We give you thanks, O God, for old faces, for the continuity and the experience they bring. Most of all, we give you thanks for your wisdom. And we ask that you would bless us as your community with wisdom and insight and better and healthier living for these days ahead. Bless us and refresh us, and do lead us in this, our meeting. In your great name we pray, and together we say,
Amen.
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 Thank you.
Before we get started, I want to thank everyone in our building and grounds and the highway department over the weekend for their hard work. And the last few days, there was a significant amount of drifting and snow, and they're still working to clear the snow, and we appreciate all their hard work. And in addition, I want to thank again the governor's office for sending representatives last week to present myself, the entire town board, and the CDA team with a giant $10 million check for our DRI grant to assist building our town square and our transit-oriented development near the train station. It is very symbolic for big things to happen in Riverhead, and again, we want to thank you, and hopefully there's more, and we're working on some more granting, and soon many of these projects are going to be put into place. Okay, before we get started with the meeting agenda, we have a couple of people in the room who have resolutions before us today that will result in some employees needing to take oaths. So we're going to take a couple of the resolutions out of sequence so that at this time we can open it up for public comments only on the resolutions 106 and resolution 109, which 106 appoints a police sergeant, and 109 appoints a detective sergeant. No comments before the resolutions that are being called up. Therefore, seeing no one, Diane, can you please call the vote on resolution 109?
Resolution 109.
Somebody has to read it.
Appoints a detective sergeant. So moved.
Second.
Vote, please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rodwell.
It's a great honor. This is one of the great aspects of this job, to do this, to appoint and to give these highly regarded positions to our men and women in blue. So I'm very proud to vote yes for Sergeant Patrick McDermott to become our new detective sergeant.
J-Rob.
Yes, I agree, but we're doing 106 right now, right?
No, 109.
Oh, 109, I'm sorry. Yes, I agree with everything he said. Yes, the hardworking men from the blue and white, listen, this is a great opportunity, and congratulations on your promotion. Yes.
Hubbard.
Absolutely, Detective Sergeant McDermott, nothing but the best to you. You've earned it. You've done a lot of hard work over the years. You work in the task force, among other things. Greatly appreciated. You've made this community a better place to live. We appreciate it, and Godspeed. Vote yes.
Aguiar.
Yes, as a former sister in blue, I want to congratulate you. I know you're going to do a great job. You have so much potential. I know of some of the cases that you handle, and love your professionalism, and I wish you much luck, and please be safe, and I vote yes.
Resolution 109 is adopted.
Yes, we're gonna go on to 106, Diane, please.
Okay, certainly. Resolution 106.
So promotion to the position of police sergeant, that would be, where am I here? Who is that? Christopher Tam and Charles Chikanowitz. So moved.
Seconded?
Vote, please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Very honorable, and I wish both men the best of luck, be safe out there, God bless, and I proudly vote yes.
Bayrock.
Yes, indeed.
Hubbard.
Had the pleasure of working with both of you gentlemen over the years. Mr. Tam, you're a little bit younger and happen to be a Giants fan. I forgive you for that. But nothing but the best to you guys. Chicky, is it going to be Sergeant Chicky, or is it going to be, how are we going to work that out? Best of luck to you guys. Stay safe, and thanks for protecting our community.
Aguirre.
Yes, congratulations. You actually are moving on to supervision. It's a big task. It's a difficult task, especially when anyone who's new in any position and in an administrative or leadership, but you guys have it. You have a great department, and congratulations, best of luck, and please be safe. Yes.
Resolution 106 is adopted.
Okay, yep. Can we have the officers come forward? Okay. Right. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of New York, and faithfully discharge the duties of Detective Sergeant for the Riverhead Police Department to the best of your ability, so help you God? Oh, okay. Oh. Okay, there we go. Well, it's the same swearing in. Okay. So we're going into for police officer to sergeant. How you doing? Do you solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of New York, and to faithfully discharge the duties of sergeant for the Riverhead Police Department to the best of your ability, so help you God? You do. Congratulations, and again, please be safe.
Congratulations.
Do you want the spots? You have?
You may be sergeants, but you still see who wears the pants in the family.
You want a photo with your family? Yeah, we could do one family at a time. One family at a time. How's that? If you're families, you can take your mask off. Okay. Yeah, that would be better for you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, do you like that, huh? Yeah. You like that, huh?
He's proud of Dad.
Thanks, Ed. Thank you. sergeant to detective sergeant, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of New York, and to faithfully discharge the duties of detective sergeant for the Riverhead Police Department to the best of your ability, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Congratulations.
Thank
Best
you.
of luck.
Is this your dad?
Yes.
Proud moment. Congratulations, Detective Sergeant. Thank you. Congratulations. Who's next?
Skip the meal once in a while?
All right, so when we're gonna go on, we're gonna go on to Eric. Where is? Okay. Okay, before we go forward, we're gonna call another resolution. Resolution number 2022-132 appoints a town attorney, and also Resolution 2022-133, setting the terms and conditions of employment for the town attorney, Eric Howard. Diane, can you, is there any comments before the resolutions, before we call and vote on the resolution? It's open for comment. All right, hearing no one, Diane, can you please call the vote on the two resolutions before us?
Resolution 132.
Who's got 132?
Appoints a town attorney. Very proud to make this motion for Eric Howard. So moved.
And happy and proud to second it, Eric.
Thank you.
Call the vote, please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Resounding yes.
Bayrock.
A more capable and intelligent town attorney we could not have asked for.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, absolutely.
Hubbard.
As proud as I am, I'm going to have to recuse myself because Eric Howard is my son-in-law, but I wish him nothing but the best of luck.
Aguirre.
I vote yes. He's got a lot of work before him and a lot of decisions to make, but I feel that he's very capable, and I vote yes.
Resolution 132 is adopted. Now we'll call Resolution 133.
Setting terms and conditions of employment for town attorney Eric Howard. So moved.
Seconded?
Vote, please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes,
Hubbard.
For reasons forementioned, I recuse.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution 133 is adopted.
Okay, is
congratulations.
that where they're gonna do the swearing in? Yes. Okay.
Family, want to come forward? I'll administer the oath.
Tim, you want me to take your picture with your camera?
Placing your left
get
hand
it
on the
with
Bible, raising your
Yeah,
right
Tim, I
hand.
can take some pictures if you want.
Hold on one moment.
Oh, hang on.
Go over there. I'll get your picture. Sorry, Dan.
No, no, you're fine, you're fine.
Closer, Tim.
Okay. Raising your right hand. I,
I,
Eric Carson Howard,
Eric Carson Howard,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office
of the office
of the Riverhead Town Attorney,
of the Riverhead Town Attorney,
according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
Congratulations. Oh, I do need you to sign this.
How does that work, two attorneys in the same family?
Well, one's a divorce attorney, so it works quite well. Need that pen.
These are my two beautiful granddaughters, Ruby and Violet. And as I tell them, they're my favorite granddaughters because they're my own.
They're adorable.
Thank you.
It's officially filed with the clerk.
Thank you.
Okay.
Everybody together.
Oh, I think this way is that one.
Congratulations.
Okay.
Now, back to work.
See you later, girls.
Yeah. Immediately.
We made it as long as we could for her.
All right, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Diane. And Diane, do we have any public hearings scheduled for today?
No public hearing
No.
scheduled.
Okay. That being the case, we're going to move forward to resolutions. Diane, can you please? Yeah. We have the minutes? Reports of minutes?
Yeah, just January 19th, anybody wants to move that?
So move?
Second.
All right. Vote, please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
The minutes are approved. Do you want me to go into correspondence and reports?
Yes, if you have it, please.
Certainly. Under correspondence, I had 3 letters concerning the designation of Sound Avenue as a scenic or historic corridor. I also had 24 letters that were submitted to get onto the agenda for the comments on the Baiting Hollow Farm Vineyard proposed site plan application. And then in addition, I had 3 additional letters come in today for that same issue. I don't know if you wanted me to read the names or just let it be at that.
I guess you should read
I
it.
know I got them all, I don't know.
Okay.
We got them
You want
all?
me to read
Yeah.
them?
I would read the names, yes.
I would
so
read the
know that
names.
they got
Certainly.
them.
Absolutely.
Yep, okay. Yes, Zedai, Carol Lorenz, Susan and William Fitzgerald, Leslie Alba Rashid, Debbie Vesconi, Edward Hayden, Dale Bessadet, Val DeSano, excuse me, David Sherman, Dr. Marino Petratos, let's see, Cindy Bestine, Marianne Farina, Gino Farina, Brian Roller, Maureen Roller, bear with me, Joseph Curzo, Debit, Diane Kenny, Mary Brucci, Paolo Brucci, Ariana Brucci, Ria and Joseph Trappiano, Aniko and Phil Burzo, Donna Capo Rosati and Michael Rosati, Jules Valencia, Ilona Lushao.
Very good.
Hold on. Chris and Dennis Kikapio, forgive me if I'm saying that wrong. Melissa Kalbacher and Carol Lorenz. I think I got them all. Okay, so that's what I had under correspondence. And then under reports, the tax receiver, total tax collection to date as of January 26th, $90,808,348.26.
Or the same as Tom Brady's retirement check.
And the town historian submitted her 2021 annual report. And that's all I have.
And thank you to Georgette Case for her work at the town historian's office. She does a great job.
I'm all set.
You're all set? Okay, great, thank you, Diane. Do we have, before we read the resolutions, do we have any comments on any of the resolutions before us today, before they're read? Please come forward.
I don't have my microphone today, so I'll just do it from here. Just a reminder to everybody, if you're going to make comments, we need your name and your hamlet. You'll have 5 minutes to make all your comments. The time, and of course, if there's any back and forth dialogue with the board, that doesn't stop the clock. I think we're all clear on that at this stage. Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Barbara Blass. I live in Jamesport. Congratulations to you, Eric.
Thank you.
So I'm commenting on two resolutions. The first, 116, which approves the final site plan for Island Water Park. And I should tell you that I did submit a FOIL request to review the site plan. That's the subject of this resolution, but it hasn't yet been made available to me, and it's not on the website. So I assume that you're familiar with it. I have a couple of questions. I would have preferred to have been able to answer them on my own, but I have no recourse other than to ask you now. Does the grading and drainage plan show a balanced cut and fill? If it's not stated in the resolution, and I can't check the site plan myself, I think trying to understand whether there's going to be materials moving in and out of the site, we would want to know that. And if it's a balanced cut and fill, we should not expect to see any of that kind of activity. I'm wondering if the materials that are currently stockpiled on the site will remain on the site. The staff report that went with the preliminary site plan that was approved last year talked about a 229 permit for importing of material. I don't know if there's a balanced cut and fill, if it's still going to be necessary to have a 229 permit. I didn't see that in the resolution. And I was also not able to see the compliance chart that's on the site plan, so if somebody could tell me what the percentage of clearing is and if the overall clearing conforms to the Pine Barrens Overlay District requirements that are enumerated in our town code. Those are questions that I have on the site plan. Again, I would have preferred to be able to look on the site plan myself to see it, but I wasn't given the opportunity. So I don't know if somebody's
Okay,
been...
Barbara, thank you for your comments. Yeah, you're complete, did you complete your comments?
On that resolution, I have a
Okay, so-
comment on
okay.
another one. Yes, thank you.
Okay.
This resolution is 123, which is the retainer agreement for Mr. Kozakevich, and I'm sure it can't really read this way. I'm sure you didn't intend this to contain this whereas clause, which states, whereas Robert Kozakevich has irreplaceable institutional knowledge that may be necessary until the town board appoints a replacement town attorney. So that just happened. So I'm assuming that that resolution should be amended unless there is no need for the retainer agreement any longer.
We can amend that, can we get somebody to amend it until, I think there was supposed to be a time period of 6 months or something.
Says it expires
My-
December 31st, 2022.
Yes, so
Yes,
let's
but
keep
I
it that way.
know it says that, but the whereas says something other than that, and they should be consistent. And the fiscal impact statement that's attached to the resolution also says that the source of funds is a CDBG grant, and I'm sure that that's not accurate either. So that should probably be amended as well. Thank you very much for your time and attention.
So what are we doing? This is a resolution on a legal matter?
Should be changed to the FIS, unless Bill wants to correct me. The FIS should be changed to no impact.
Okay,
And
so,
then
so you're gonna amend it with the
And then-
FIS, no impact, what else?
With respect to the resolution, I mean, the preamble isn't typically, controlling, the result parts are. However, for the purposes of clarity, if there's a unanimous decision to line that out, then that can be done.
Okay,
As
so,
amended?
as
Yes.
amended,
Yep.
yes.
Okay.
So we'll line that out.
Thank you, Barbara.
Okay, anyone else?
Greg, did you want to,
Co-
I'm sorry.
okay.
Yeah, I thought he wanted to
Yeah.
address some of the
Okay.
points.
Now, we're only talking about the resolutions before us,
Correct.
not resolutions in the past or
Correct,
other issues. We are here to vote before that.
Correct. So regarding the resolution, to speak to Ms. Blass's questions, the grading and drainage plan, the site plan does indicate it's a balanced cut and fill. We did receive a letter from their engineering company, J.R. Holtzmacher, that explained the use of the existing stockpiles, the excavation material for drainage and sanitary systems will be used to fill in retaining walls. So we do have a letter from their engineering professional. We are not anticipating the removal of any more material from the site. If they do require if they are going to export more material from the site, they would need a Chapter 229 permit. That's in our code, that's something that would be required. And as far as the compliance chart with the Pine Barrens Overlay District, it is on the site plan and it does demonstrate conformance with the Pine Barrens overlay.
All right, so what are we voting for today? We're voting on zoning, we're voting
No, so
on the
this is
structure?
The final site plan approves the overall layout of the site, the parking configurations, landscaping, lighting, drainage, as well as speaks to the use of the lake, the use of the building, and the conditions of
use.
approval.
So use, zoning, and structure. Got it. Okay. Okay. No one else? You have some people on Zoom? Sure. Kathy McGraw?
Good afternoon. My name is Kathy McGraw. I'm from the hamlet of Northville, and I'd like to have the video. Sorry, it's not working. I wanted to comment also on Resolution 2022-116. And I would just like to ask, I think it's really unfair to the public to be voting on a resolution when the public can't even see the site plan. I would ask that in the future, such plans be made available. And I would also ask, because it appears that the supervisor doesn't know what's in the resolution she's about to vote on, I would ask whether these resolutions ever get discussed in a work session. I looked at the last 3 work sessions, there was nothing about the Island Water Park, and this is a pretty big project in Riverhead, and I would just ask that there be a little more openness and more discussion and let us know what's happening. That's really all I had to say. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Kathy. I do read them, and I want clarification not only for you, but for the audience and the town board. So when I ask questions, it's for clarification to ensure that there is transparency and that people understand what is going on. But we're going to move on to the next caller.
That's all I have.
That's all you have. Okay, no one else from the audience want to come forward? Hearing no one, Diane, can you please call the resolution?
Certainly. Resolution 91.
1998 Peconic LLC project, number 82201, budget adoption. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 92.
Ambulance district budget adjustment. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 93.
Budget adoption for the environmental and safety investigation of the unsafe structure at 168 Creek Road in Wading River, New York. So moved.
Second.
Vote please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 94.
Approves highways superintendent expenditures. So moved.
Second, can I have a second, please?
Seconded.
Vote please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 95.
Authorizes town clerk to publish and post a notice to bidders for lubricants. So moved.
Second.
Vote please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 96.
Authorizes the town clerk to publish and post a notice to bidders for diesel generator maintenance. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 97.
Authorization to publish and post notice to bidders for electric motor repair and replacement, including emergencies. So moved.
Second.
Vote please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 98.
Authorizes town clerk to publish and post notice to bidders for recreation brochure. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 99.
Authorizes extension of bid for HVAC service contract. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 100.
Awards bid for sewer chemicals. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 101.
Awards bid for propane fuel and equipment maintenance, 2022. So moved.
Second.
Vote please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 102.
Rejects bid for restoration of cupola at George Young Community Center. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Just want to say, I hope this project will continue, so I support the project itself, but I'm going to vote yes to reject the bid to get future bids.
Okay. Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes, this has been in the makings for some time, and finally we're going to see it, and hopefully it'll be done by the spring.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 103.
Ratifies the reclassification of grants technician. So moved.
Second.
Vote please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 104.
Accepts the resignation of a public safety office dispatcher 1. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 105.
Amends Resolution 2021-765. So moved.
Second.
Vote please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. And we'll skip over Resolution 106 and go to 107.
Okay, it was pulled, I think, from the packet. You had saw it? Yeah.
107 promotes a sergeant to the rank of lieutenant. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes. Congratulations to now Lieutenant Devin Rowe.
Bayrock.
Yeah, congratulations to JD. It's too bad he couldn't be here, but absolutely yes.
Hubbard.
With all these great promotions of great police officers, I think the chief better start looking behind his back, because we got some good cops coming up the ranks. JD, congratulations, best of luck to you. Yes.
Aguirre.
Very well deserved, JD. I'm sorry you couldn't be here, and I know you're going to keep our streets safe, and we commend you on this assignment.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 108.
Appoints a public safety dispatcher 1. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes, congratulations to Baby Chick.
Oh,
Aguirre.
yes.
Resolution adopted. And we'll skip over Resolution 109 because we did that and go to 110.
Appoints a call-in assistant recreation leader. So moved.
Seconded?
Vote, please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 111.
Appoints a call-in recreation specialist to the Recreation Department. So moved.
Seconded?
Vote, please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 112.
Set salaries of various recreation employees for the year 2022. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 113.
Set salaries for 2022 call-in and seasonal recreation personnel. So moved.
Second.
Vote, please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 114.
Authorization for an employee to attend the International Association of Arson Investigators Conference. So moved.
Seconded?
Vote, please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 115.
Authorize the supervisor to execute a stipulation with Local 1000 AFSCME AFL-CIO Riverhead Unit of the Suffolk Local 3852. So moved.
Seconded?
Vote, please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 116.
Grants final site plan approval for the amended site plan application of Island Water Park, 5835 Middle Country Road, Calverton, New York, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 600, 135, 17.34. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
As I have in the past, I will recuse myself from voting on this application, this
Hubbard.
resolution.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 117.
Authorizes supervisor to execute lease agreement between the Riverhead Water District and Dish Wireless LLC, Old Country Road site. So moved.
Seconded?
Vote, please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 118.
Authorize the supervisor to execute lease agreement between the Riverhead Water District and Dish Wireless LLC, Plant Number 9 site. So moved.
Seconded?
Vote, please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 119.
Authorizes the supervisor to execute lease agreement between the Riverhead Water District and Dish Wireless LLC, Pulaski Street site. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yeah, I just want to make a quick note. The past three pertain to Dish leases that our attorney and our water superintendent did a great job negotiating. $95,000 for each site, and I think that was wonderful. They were much, much lower in the beginning of negotiations, and they did a great job, so I just want to give them a little acknowledgement. I vote yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 120.
Authorizes execution of agreement with Seed Clam Administrator. So moved.
Second.
Vote, please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
I spoke with Dave Lassard over the fall about this program, and he is very excited about how well these seed clams are taking. They're growing, they're doing well, and it's like hundreds of thousands of seed clams put back into the bay. unlike the scallops, the clams seem to be surviving and thriving, so that's good news. I vote yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 121.
Authorizes the supervisor to execute a municipal cooperation agreement between the town of Riverhead and the Riverhead Fire District for sand and salt services, not pro, what's that?
Non-proton.
What is it?
I remember the first time I had to
I
say
know,
it too.
I thought somebody made a mistake.
Okay, anyway, so
Just
moved.
means now is in that. It just means now is in that. So you're approving now an agreement that was entered into.
Okay, so moved.
Seconded?
Vote.
Sorry.
Vote, please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 122.
Authorizes the supervisor to execute a license agreement with Eros Cultured Oyster Company to allow the installation of floating upweller systems, FLUPSIs, in East Creek. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 123.
This is the one we're going to amend.
Yes, so
Yes.
authorizes the supervisor to execute a professional services agreement with Robert Kozakevich as amended. So moved.
Can I get a second?
Seconded?
Vote, please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes, just as amended, instead of the town board appoints a replacement town attorney, it'll say until December 31st, 2022, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Yes, as amended.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes, as amended.
Aguirre.
Yes, as amended.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 124.
Exercises an option to renew an agreement with Fundamental Business Services, Inc., Parking Violation Enforcement Services, non-pro-tunc.
Good, good, good.
There we go. So moved.
Take it.
Second.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yeah, this is a company that, when we have parking tickets that are outstanding, haven't been answered, they get sent to this company for like collections, and they notify the people, and they also increase the fine as time goes along. So they actually raise a fair amount of money for us and recoup some of these tickets that maybe ordinarily wouldn't have been answered, so yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 125.
Sets fees for the winter brochure. So moved.
Seconded?
Vote, please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 126.
Amends Riverhead Water District schedule of rate and charges, so moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 127.
Ratifies acceptance of donation from the Schneider family. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote, please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes, and thank you.
Hubbard.
Yeah, thank you very much. The family donated $1,000 for the Meals on Wheels program in honor of their Uncle Carl, who received the services. They were so satisfied, and thank you very much to the Schneider family.
Aguirre.
Yes, thank you.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 128.
Authorizes town clerk to publish and post public notice to consider the adoption of a local law entitled, Local Law to Increase Salary of Town Highway Superintendent for 2022 fiscal year, subject to progressive referendum. So moved.
Second.
Vote, please.
Kern.
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes. What is the increase? Bill,
It's a $20,000.
it's the 20,000,
Yes.
so we have to have a
But it-
permissive referendum. Is that going to be scheduled?
Well, the permissive referendum would be a petition filed by residents of the town.
Right, yeah, to want it
after-
to go to vote.
After we pass.
Okay. So it's subject to, so we're not gonna, okay. And it's the 20,000 for taking care of what, the garage?
It's in relation to the garage,
Okay.
the municipal garage.
Oversight of the municipal
Right.
garage. That
Yes,
was in
okay.
addition to the services.
Well, I was
Okay.
just asking that you speak up. a
Oh,
little
okay,
louder.
and so this was historically done since
Yeah,
about
it has been.
2019.
Okay.
and
I
so
just
this
saw
is-
permissive.
yeah, Okay.
I never saw it with the permissive, and I want to make sure. Yes, I vote yes.
Okay.
Thanks,
Resolution
Eric.
adopted. Resolution 129.
Adopts amendment of local law of the Riverhead Town Code, Chapter 301, entitled Zoning and Land Development, Article 35, I don't know, XL 5, Roman numerals, forget about it. Yeah, so, XLV 111, what is it?
That's my
Tim.
struggle.
I know that,
48? Just throwing a stab out there. I think it's 48.
so Article 48. So moved.
Do we have to amend this?
Seconded.
We got it though?
Okay,
We got the number right? Okay.
I
Yes.
think we did, yes.
Okay.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Bayrock,
Yes.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 130,
Grants preliminary site plan approval for the site plan application of 205 Osborne Avenue, mixed-use building, 205 Osborne Avenue, Riverhead, New York, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 600-128-2-21.2 and 22. So moved.
Seconded.
Vote please.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell,
Yes.
Bayrock,
Yes.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 131,
Sets organizational structure for the town attorney's office. So moved.
I just wanted to have the discussion for this. I just don't think that we just appointed a town attorney, and so I think we should allow the town attorney to set up the structure for his office and how he wants to assign things. I don't think that there's a need to assign title positions and a hierarchy from the office.
This doesn't assign, it just signs a hierarchy according to civil service.
Well,
Okay,
I'm
this-
speaking my mind, and so I don't agree that there needs to be a hierarchy. I think that we have two individuals that have had 15 years' experience and 13 years' experience, and I think that I like the idea that we have a town attorney, and then we have multiple deputy town attorneys, and together they work as a team. So I would like to at least make a motion, if I can, to table this, so that we can go to discussion, and that I think that the new appointed town attorney should be a part of that, and he should have an insight towards how this should be restructured if necessary. I like the team effort. I like a town attorney and deputy town attorneys working together as a team.
I would second that motion to table it.
Thank you.
Yep, call the vote.
Kern,
I'll vote to table.
Rothwell,
Vote to table.
Bayrock,
Yes, agreed. Vote to table.
Hubbard,
Yes, to table.
Aguirre.
No to table.
Okay, this resolution has been tabled. Resolution, we'll skip 132 and 133, as we've done those already, and go to 134.
I know.
133, I think, right? For Eric?
134.
Okay, 134 appoints a deputy town attorney. So moved.
But we didn't vote 33.
We did.
No, we did that in the,
Oh, you did it together earlier, okay. I just want to make sure it goes in. Okay.
Seconded.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion on this one to table this. I think, again, for what Councilman Rothwell mentioned, I think if you're going to appoint a deputy town attorney, the town attorney should at least have a part of the interview process, and I would rather it happen that way. So I'm going to vote to table, I'm going to make a motion to table this.
I second that motion. I also support the fact that the newly appointed town attorney should be involved in the interview process so he can help guide and structure his staff appropriately.
Take the vote, please.
Certain. Kern,
I'm going to say no to table because of the extensive interview process that was done.
Rothwell,
Yes to table.
Bayrock,
I did get a chance to review this lady's resume, and she does look wonderful as a fit to the legal office that we have here. But I'm going to vote to table as well.
Hubbard,
Yes, to table.
Aguirre.
I'm going to vote no. I had an extensive process with various members of the town, and I was told that this would go through. I don't know why I went through all this process and had all these conversations, and we had the former town attorney involved. At the current time, the town attorney's office needs structure. I have attorneys writing resolutions asking for $19,000 in back pay. because they worked under COVID, and we need some type of structure, and unfortunately, I went through this process, and at no point did anybody tell me that they weren't going to support this. It happened today at 1 o'clock, and it's a real shame that we put this, there is no structure, and we appointed a town attorney. The town attorney and Councilman Hubbard did have the opportunity to speak with this individual before we offered her a job in the town. So obviously, the town attorney's office needs some structure, and we need to move forward on it. So I'm going to vote no, and we'll go back to the table.
Okay, so Resolution 134 has been tabled. Resolution 135.
Setting terms and conditions of employment for Deputy Town Attorney Patricia Theodoro. So moved.
This also has to be tabled because it pertains to the previous resolution of 134. So we're not going to set the terms and conditions until we determine whether or not we're appointing a town attorney. I'll make a motion to table.
I second that motion.
Okay, Kern,
I'm just going to say no to table based on the interview process.
Rothwell,
Motion to table, yes.
Bayrock,
Yeah, I'm not against the hiring of a very bright attorney, that's not the point, but I would like to table it so that we can, settle the structure with the department head. Yes to table.
Hubbard,
Yes to table.
Aguirre.
No to table, but town attorney's office needs some serious restructuring, and I hope the new town attorney will come up to the plate on that, and I look forward to making sure that we move forward. We have a lot of work, a lot of planning, and a lot of legal work that's still lingering, and we need to get it going. So it needs some work, and we need to get the attorneys in line to help clear all this out. And yes, no one ever said that there should never be a team effort in this. And as a supervisor of this town and the operations of the town, I have a right to direct. This was cleared through the labor union, through the labor attorney, and we're not changing any conditions or anything. We're trying to restructure when we got a new attorney, and any time that the town attorney could have restructured it again. However, that's not given the opportunity right now. I know where this came from. It's fine, we're going to move forward, but I'm voting no on all the resolutions.
Okay, Resolution 135 has been tabled. Resolution 136.
Appoints a chief assistant town attorney. I'll make a motion to table this one as it also pertains to the hierarchy settlement. So I think the next few are all going to be the same. So I make a motion to table.
I'll second.
Kern,
Yes, table.
Rothwell,
Yes to table.
Yes.
Bayrock.
Yes.
Okay, Hubbard,
Yes to table.
Aguirre,
What number is that?
and 136.
I just double check it. Because we have to call another one out. Okay, this is all became a farce, and I don't understand. I had council people supporting me, I had people on the committee, and then you come in today and it's a whole different structure. I didn't know that there was behind-the-scene forces. I did as best as I can. I communicated with everyone as much as I can, and we put a lot of work into this to make sure that we can set everything up. It's not happening, but I'm going to vote no to table, and I'm going to keep forward, and we got to straighten out the attorney's office.
Resolution 136 has been tabled. Resolution 137.
Appoints a senior assistant town attorney. So moved.
Seconded. I would like to make a motion to table this as well. For
Second
the
that.
same reason stated.
Kern,
Vote, please.
I'll make a motion to table.
Rothwell,
Yes to table.
Bayrock,
Yes.
Hubbard,
Yes to table.
Aguirre.
No to table.
Resolution 137 has been tabled. Resolution 138.
138 appoints a chief of staff to the office of the supervisor, Carissa Collins. So moved.
Second.
I would like to make a motion to table this.
A second.
Second.
Vote, please.
Kern,
Yes to table.
Rothwell,
Yes to table.
Bayrock,
Yes.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution 138 has been tabled. Resolution 139.
Setting terms and conditions of employment for the Chief of Staff, Carissa Collins. So moved.
Seconded with a motion. Also, I will say the motion to table this as pertaining to the previous resolution.
Second?
Vote, please.
Kern,
Vote to table.
Rothwell,
Yes, the table.
Ayrock,
Yes.
Hubbard,
Yes, to table.
Aguirre.
Yes, the table.
Resolution 139 has been tabled. Resolution 140,
Classify special permit and site plan application for landmark at Riverhead Mixed-Use Building as Type 1 action pursuant to SECRA and request lead agency for coordinator review 103-105 East Main Street, Riverhead, New York, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 600-129-1-10. So moved.
Second.
Please vote.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Ayrock,
Yes.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 141,
Pay bills. So moved.
Seconded?
Vote, please.
Kern,
Yes.
Rothwell.
Yes.
Ayrock,
Pay the bills, yes.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Aguirre.
Yes.
Resolution adopted.
Thank you, Diane, and this is going to conclude our resolutions for today. At this point, we're going to open up the public for public comments on any other matter. And Devin, Chip, is anyone with us through Zoom? Okay, so we can cut the Zoom off, and then we have anyone else want to come up forward?
Good afternoon, Angela DeVito from South Jamesport. I'm very encouraged by the letters that have been received regarding designation of Sound Avenue as a scenic/historic corridor. And I would like to beseech the town board to encourage our landmark commission to do this, but also for them to pick up where they have left off for the past 7 years on the main road, being also designated as a scenic historic corridor. I think it's part of, because that whole area, as I'm sure you know, is a designated New York State heritage area. And for us to go ahead and make this application to the state of New York to have those two roads, those two arteries, designated scenic and historic corridors would really be a boon for our town and for the residents here and for our future legacy. So I encourage you to nudge the Landmark Commission to go forward with this, maybe lean a little bit on them, because I know for Main Road, it's been at least 7 years. The application is all prepared. It needs to be dusted off and sent to Albany. And they extending, because as you know, Route 48, starting in the Greenport area, going out to Orient, is a historic corridor. It's just our part of it is not. So I'm glad to see these letters, and I hope you will pick this up and carry this through this year. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Yep. Angela, Sound Avenue already is and has been done. It was done, I believe, in 1975 by the town. It was done in
I
74,
thought so.
adopted by the state. But I think in 75, it was adopted by the town.
The town may decide that they wish to do that, but this gives us a state and national designation is what this whole process is about. It is not a designated historic New York State historic corridor. This was something, I always assumed that Sound Avenue was, all the way going into Wading
I'm pretty
River
sure
where
I
it
read
joins
that
in
it
that.
was.
It is not.
Okay.
And that's one of the reasons for people asking for this at this time, because I was corrected by Legislator Krupski's office on that, on what is actually a designated historic corridor, scenic corridor.
Okay.
We can locally do that, but I'm talking about where we go through the process and we make application to the state of New York for them to designate this. And they are very interested in this, by the way. They have been down to public meetings, at least for Main Road, and in the past with correspondence with them. They're waiting for us to pick it up again and get it through. So I'm just
Okay.
asking that it be done. Thank you.
Jeff, can you maybe clarify what I'm thinking?
So you're correct. The town board in July 1975 did designate Sound Avenue as a scenic and historic corridor. There's also a state and assembly bill that also designated it as a scenic and historic corridor, but it's not designated by SHPO, because I did verify that with them. I think that's what Angela is talking about. So we've done our part, and the question is now, Landmarks would need to go ahead and petition SHPO to have it, make that designation as well.
Who's our landmarks liaison?
Landmarks, I am, yeah. Richard,
Okay.
Yeah,
So
yep.
I'll be happy to work with you on that.
yeah, good.
Okay, good.
Okay, can we get someone on Zoom? Kathy McGraw?
Hi, Kathy McGraw from Northville again. I'd just like to second Angela's comments. I think it would be a wonderful thing to get that designation. And I thank you all for moving forward on that. I think it would be a wonderful thing. I have one other comment, and that's about, I love the way the town board posts online notices what's going on. It's really helpful to stay up to date. But given the technology, I would really hope that it could be used in a more timely fashion. The work session this past work session, I got a notice of it 2.5 hours after it had ended. So I don't know what the technology is here or who implements this, but it would be a whole lot more useful if these notices went up before the events happened. And then I had a question, and that was because S-Power 3 is about to break ground, or maybe has. I'd love to know where the community benefits agreement stands, and whether the community has been or will be consulted about what benefits they would like to see from that agreement. Thank you very much.
They haven't broke ground yet, Kathy, but I know the community benefits are still being worked on. I don't think they've been finalized yet, but my understanding is they're going to be finalized prior to them getting final site plan approval so they can break ground.
Okay, so Ms. McGraw, you said S2, right?
She said S3.
Oh, S3? Okay.
It's S2, though, is what she should have said.
Oh, okay, so she means solar power too. Okay, so we have a draft of the community benefits agreement on that. It needs to be reviewed and amended and sent over to their council for review. And then we'll have something more comprehensive to bring to the board.
Before the town attorney left, he had that in progress. Anne Marie Prudenti was working with him. She's taking it over, and both the pilot and the community benefit has to be all worked out.
Correct.
And we are waiting for it, and the application, I understand, is going to be approved, and at that time, we should be ready to tell them what we want. So that has to be checked, and it has to be updated. And I don't think anything's been done for the last couple of months. I know it was going strong for some time, but it hasn't been going strong now. I know that Oars met, I think, Jeff, you attended the Oars meeting. For any comments, we were present there, but these resolutions have to come up and they have to be presented to us. So Eric, if you don't mind, make sure that the office, finishes them up, because Bob started them. And I thought they were almost done.
Right, yeah, it's right at the top of the list.
Great, thank you.
Just
Yes, Barbara?
Actually, a comment to follow up on something you just said. The application and the permit has been granted. That happened in June. So
Yes, but
okay,
there was
so-
another meeting, and we attended a follow-up meeting, and there are conditions of the pilot program that has to be created, and it could still be done, but yes, going back, it has to, those two items have to be produced, and we have to, bring it before the board.
Yes, I thought I misheard you saying that the application was still,
Well, yeah, once ORS is still listening to comments and waiting for documents, it's still technically open, so you could still have approval with conditions. It hasn't been totally closed. Do you want to add to this, Jeff, please?
I was going to say something else.
Jeff?
We had a pre-construction meeting with them 2 weeks ago. You're going to start seeing trees cut down almost immediately because they're up against the bat breeding season, which begins at the end of February. That does not require a permit from us, but pursuant to the state permit, they have to comply with New York State Building Code and Fire Marshal Code. They have not finished their total construction drawings yet, and they are going to be applying to a for a building permit and a fire marshal permit from the town. We're not going to issue those until the pilot payment, our pilot agreement is made, community benefit agreement, and also the easement under Edwards Avenue. So we're not going to issue that permit until those are in place.
We better not.
No, we're not.
So, and that'll be a condition, but how many months is that down the way, do you think?
It depends on when they get the application
Right,
to
they
us.
haven't even gotten the application yet,
No.
but we should have it ready anyway and just bring it
We should
before
be,
the board.
all those agreements should be in place prior to them submitting it to us.
Great, okay, so we were assured by the attorney's office that that's gonna, come to fruition soon. And I saw a preliminary and it was pretty much done, so, yes, Barbara?
That's all good news, I'm happy to hear that.
Okay.
I just wanted to follow up on something that was mentioned about the scenic and historic corridors that were loosely described in the 2003 comprehensive plan, and I do understand that SHPO never did designate it as well, and that's a process that should be undertaken in connection with the comprehensive plan. But I'll take it one step further. It's really nice to have the designations and to put the plaque up, but it's really meaningless and toothless unless there are some sort of development guidelines or standards that are adopted to incorporate and to illustrate and highlight the very things that you're looking to preserve as a historic corridor. So having the plaque up there, it would be great. Having the designation on paper is wonderful, but you need to implement that. There needs to be some sort of translation of that policy and acknowledgement in how we deal with development along those corridors. That's my opinion.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anyone else from the audience? Chip, do we have anyone? Okay. Okay, thank you, everyone. This concludes our meeting for today. Can I have a first and a second to close this town board meeting? And everyone, please be safe.
Make a motion to close.
Second. Okay, all opposed, all in favor? Thank you again, and so moved.
Congratulations.